Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Today, for Mike Reed, my dad, we're going to be making a sourdough starter and then actually making sourdough bread when we're done. Now, the first thing we're going to need is a wide mouth pint jar and a lid, a scale to measure, and two simple ingredients: unbleached flour and water. Now, this is a very simple process, you guys. We're going to take 60 grams of unbleached flour and 60 grams of water and mix it. Now, to our 60 grams of flour, we're going to add 60 grams of water. Now we stir it. Alright, you guys, the next thing you're going to want to do is to take a Sharpie and mark the top of your sourdough starter, or like I like to do, take a rubber band and wrap it around your jar right at the top of it, because eventually what we're going to see is we want this sourdough starter to double after you feed it. That indicates that it's now ready to use for making sourdough bread. Now, what we're going to do over the next 7 days is every day you're going to discard 60 grams of your starter mix and replace it with 30 more grams of flour and 30 more grams of water, and then mix it up. And you're going to do that every day until hopefully at 7 days it will double in size. Alright guys, now once you've made your starter, all you got to do is make your bread. Welcome back, you guys. It's been a couple of days since I made my sourdough starter, and I finally found time to make some sourdough bread. So here we go. We're going to start with the ingredients today. First thing we're going to need is 500 grams of unbleached flour, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, 300 grams of water, and your sourdough starter. Now for the tools, we're going to need a stand mixer to mix with a dough hook. Or if you want to do it like the Amish do, you can do it by hand. A 9-inch by 5-inch by 5-inch baking dish and some cooking spray. A bowl to cover your dish while your sourdough proofs. And finally, this is not necessarily, but a heat mat to heat up your dough. It makes it rise faster. You don't have, by all means, you don't have to. You can set it anywhere warm, or just let it do it on its own, but this will speed the process up tremendously. So I do recommend it. Now, first thing we're going to do is just mix our salt with our flour. And put our dry ingredients in the bowl. Then we're going to take our sourdough starter and just mix it with the water. Now remember, guys, you want to keep back about 30 to 60 grams of your starter, for next time, so you can just put it in your refrigerator and feed it about once a week until you're ready to use it again. Give it a good mix. Now you're going to want to take a spoon and do a little hand mixing before you put it in the stand mixer, or it'll sit there and spin. It won't do anything. You want to get it, sort of mixed up before you put it in the machine. Alright, you guys, now we mix. Now you guys, for the most important process in all of bread making, grease your pan. Grease your pan. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a hard time getting it out of the dish. Ask me how I know. Alright you guys, once your dough is good and mixed, it's time to knead and stretch it. So take your little flour, throw it down there so your dough doesn't stick to your counter. Slap your dough down and stretch it and fold it. I do this about 4 times. And now that you're done stretching and folding, you're going to roll it up into a ball. Make sure your creases get nice and squished together. Once it starts to rise, it's going to come together anyway. So look, little cracks and stuff that you see, you're not going to see them once this dough rises. But in order to make it pretty, you want to try to point those cracks toward the bottom of your pan. You want your nicest looking part of your dough to stick up. Now that it looks like a ball, we're going to roll it down into like a cylinder shape to go into the pan. There we go. As you can see, it's almost to the top of the pan and doesn't quite hit the sides. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on our heat mat and cover it with the bowl so that it doesn't dry out. It keeps the moisture in it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, hopefully not 4 hours. Just check and see when this is doubled. When it's doubled, we're done and we're going to put it in the oven. So see you in a couple of hours. Well, it's been a little over 4 hours, you guys. See what we got. Now, it hasn't risen quite the 100% that I wanted it to, but it'll do. It'll increase in size as it cooks in the oven. So now what we're going to do is put it into our preheated 400-degree oven for 10 minutes. And then at 10 minutes, we're going to turn the temperature down to 350, open the door up to let it get cooler, then shut the door and cook it at 350 degrees until it reaches an internal temperature of 200 degrees. So for me, it usually takes about 45 minutes cooking at 350 degrees to get it to its 200. So we'll see you guys back here in about 55 minutes. And we're back. It's been 50 minutes since I put it in the oven. Internal temperature of 200 degrees. So we're done. And if you notice, it has risen all the way to the top of the baking dish. Good. It has a little crack around it, which I've never seen before, but it'll eat. Now we just dump it out on the cooling rack and cover it with a cloth until it cools off. Cut it and enjoy it. And that's it. Not very hard. Thank you guys for watching. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, just leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. You guys have a nice day. Bye.